Om Namah Shivaya. Chapter 17, verse 31. I myself am indeed rooted in myself. I am myself without a body. I am the faultless self. I am myself spread out like space. For everything there is a root by which it is established. What is the root of yourself? Your very existence is the root of yourself. What is this existence? It is self-existent, not dependent on anything else in order to be. You are not rooted in anything else. You are the root itself. That which has a form cannot be considered the root, nor can it be considered the existence. What is formless alone is unchangeable, not dependent, and ever existent. It cannot be the body. I am myself without a body. Realizing your bodiless nature opens the knowledge of the infinite and the eternal, being the self. What is the bodiless? It is only yourself and must be realized to be such. You are rooted in yourself. What is yourself? It is without attributes, without qualities, and being bodiless, it is birthless and deathless. It is immaculately pure, without condition. It is blemishless. And there can be no fault for it, ever. I am the faultless self. One who knows such, identifies as such, enjoys unbroken bliss, uninterrupted peace. I am myself, spread out like space. Spread out can be translated as abide. So you abide space-like. Where? Spread out everywhere. For being bodiless, you have no location. There is nowhere where you are not. For the existence that is established in an absolute way, always is yourself. You yourself are being described. What is being stated here is not foreign to you. Rather, it is closer than the closest, nearer than the nearest. It is your very identity. Know it with the knowledge that is innate. I am myself. You yourself are the reality. Do not mistake yourself for anything else. Verse 32. I am undivided and full, filled with the essence of the indivisible. I am indeed the indivisible bliss. I am of the nature that is unlimited, uninterrupted. I am undivided. There are no parts to you. The thinking of the mind and the form of the body seem to have parts, but you are not that. You are not those. Nor can you be divided between yourself and other. There is no otherness for you. That is, for your existence, which is of the nature of consciousness. What is indivisible is full. So when you find yourself, know yourself by thorough inquiry. There is perfection, unsullied perfection. Existence is filled with itself. Consciousness is perpetually full and is never diminished. It is full. Filled with its own essence, being consciousness bliss. The indivisible is filled with itself. There is nothing else here. I am indeed the indivisible bliss. Knowing this, you can never be unhappy. Bliss that is indivisible is one with your being. The bliss that is sought is the very nature of your being. The ability to know or to experience such is the very nature of your consciousness. Being consciousness bliss is a singular, partless reality. There is no scope here for another. I am of the nature that is unlimited. Being unlimited, of course, there cannot be another for it. And being unlimited, it must be formless. And as surely as you exist, it must be you. Unlimited and uninterrupted. There are no breaks in existence, no breaks in consciousness. Nothing interrupts it. If nothing interrupts it, what could possibly be the room for ignorance? There would not be time for it. Verse 33. Being of this certitude, I am the complete self. I am Brahman, and not separately myself. I indeed am the eternal self. I am indeed the ancient. The self is complete. Without inside and outside, or any other division. The knowledge of the self, which is that to be realized, is the same completeness as the self itself. There is nothing missing in your nature. To think that there was, or to think that you are in some way incomplete, is only illusion. Self-knowledge reveals the completeness. It is only the ego that seems incomplete. Can that be you? I is always complete. I am Brahman and not something, and not separately myself. There is existing no individual that could be ignorant regarding Brahman. In the Mahavakya, I am Brahman. There is no room in the statement to relate as an individual. You are not separate from the self. You are not separate, attempting to reach Brahman. Rather, Brahman is you. You are Brahman. You are not something or object, not a separated individuality or person. You are only Brahman. Such is the certitude of this knowledge. I indeed am the eternal self. What is eternal and what is transient? All that appears eventually decays. Such cannot be eternal. But the self is eternal. So you must be unchanging, undecaying, bodiless, without form. I am the eternal self. For the self there is no birth. And similarly there is no death. Discriminate the self from the not-self, the eternal from the transient, the reality from the unreal. I am the eternal self. I am indeed the ancient. For how long has the truth been proclaimed, as is being done here now? For how long has there been a manifested universe? For how long has something already existent and unmanifest shine forth? When did existence start? When did consciousness first know? And before that, and before that, it is ineffable. Yet we give it a name, Brahman. verse 34. I am indeed that Brahman. I am Brahman, the Lord of the universe. I am indeed Brahman, without distortions. I am indeed Brahman, the unafflicted. The knowledge of the self reveals that you are the self. The knowledge of the self reveals Brahman as it is. He is declaring the truth regarding Brahman, and that truth so explained and so lauded is you. It is non-dual knowledge. That is, indivisible and unalterable. And having no alternative. That Brahman, indescribable and unformed, when known in relation to the universe, is the Lord. I am Brahman, the Lord of the universe. One existence, one consciousness, one knowledge. I am indeed Brahman, without distortions. Ignorance creates distortions. Such distortions give rise to a belief in differentiation and an objectified world. When you clarify the knowledge of the self within you by self-inquiry, you are merely clearing up distortions. They have no reality. They are insubstantial. But in ignorance, in illusion, they seem to be so, when they are really not so at all. Inquire and reach certainty regarding the nature of yourself and the distortions are gone. I am indeed Brahman, the unafflicted. The nature of the self is bliss. The nature of the self is to be indestructible. Even when pains afflict the body, the self is without suffering. That self is Brahman. Realizing the truth of this, therein you find something which can never be destroyed, which is never afflicted. The body, the senses, the mind, and so on. These can all undergo affliction. But the self, never. Untouched, untainted, utterly transcendent. That Brahman I am. Verse 35. I am indeed Brahman, the space of consciousness. I am indeed Brahman, the perpetual. I am indeed Brahman, the great bliss. I am indeed Brahman, which is ever of the self. In the space of consciousness, all is. In the space of consciousness, all is known. The space of consciousness is what Brahman is. And that is the significance of I. I am indeed Brahman, the space of consciousness. All that ever appears and shines in that. And when nothing appears, it shines as the knowing of that. As consciousness, you are always the knower, the perpetual knower, yet without form, without limit. The unknown knower of all that is known. I am indeed Brahman, the perpetual. The beginningless is the endless. When did you start? It cannot be conceived. When will you end? You cannot find such. For always you are you. I am indeed Brahman, the great bliss. It cannot be explained. You know it in direct experience. For direct experience, steadily, deeply inquire. Be determined to know what your nature is. Discriminating in this way, being detached in this way. Come to the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of Brahman. And that which was praised even in the most ancient of days. Will shine as natural bliss. Uncaused happiness. I am indeed Brahman, which is ever of the self. So if you know Brahman, you know the self. And only if you know the self do you know Brahman. As there are no divisions or differences anywhere, this statement about Brahman and the self is not contradictory. Om Namah Shivaya.